Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. How many of you want to start something? Want to make a change, but you're not sure how to make it happen? I've been there, and I'm going to tell you how it works. Because when I started, before I opened my bakery, I knew for me, working for someone else, it just never really works. I'm not to be contained in a box. Following specific rules, specific guidelines. That's just not me. And most of you guys are probably the same. Because if you're following me, you're not normal. You're not the, oh, do as you're told. I'll just, work a 9-to-5 job for somebody else and do whatever. Most of you probably are not. Some of you may be, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's probably something else that you're looking to create, and you haven't done it yet. Whether it's baking, singing, songwriting, I don't know. There's a million gazillion things that you could possibly do. But what I'm going to tell you today will hopefully get you past that initial, I want to do this, but I don't know how. Because I used to, in fact, I was making banana bread this morning. And banana bread is one of those things that I used to always make. Everybody requested my banana bread. I had one guy tell me, he was like, my mom's banana bread I thought was the best until I had yours. So I always thought that I wanted to open a bakery and just do things like the banana bread. And before I go any further, stick with me, because sometimes the message, the real true message, comes later. It's not going to be an upfront thing. So, like the video, subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Go ahead and do that so we can get to the message. Okay? Because I thought I would always just do banana bread and things like that, right? Because I liked cookies and pies and things like that. I never really thought about cakes until a girl I worked with asked me to do a birthday cake for her son. And even then, because that was when the 3D artwork started coming out, and that I found out that was really what I loved to do. Still having the thought in my mind that I would just open a bakery and do banana bread and things like that, and cakes and cookies and pies and stuff. My message yesterday was about not getting locked into a thought. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Allow the universe to work through you. But you have to take that first step. Okay? Because I would do banana bread, but I was open to, and I didn't even know it at the time. All this stuff I'm telling you, I had no idea. I just did it. Okay? But as orders came in, as not really orders, because I didn't even really have a business at that point. But as people would ask me to do a cake or whatever, I would just do it. And eventually, enough people started asking for cakes, because they tasted it, they saw the artwork, And they were like, oh my God, this is what I want. So my orders started building. As soon as I went into business, I don't think I made another loaf of banana bread the entire time I ran my bakery. Nobody asked for banana bread. They all wanted my cakes, which was not my initial thought, but I just went with it. So if I had gotten pigeonholed into strictly making banana bread, my bakery would not have taken off, which it did, and I had more business than I could handle, which was a blessing. The same thing with what I do here. My initial thought was all I wanted to do was communicate with animals because I love animals. That sometimes the universe uses uses something that you enjoy to pique your interest for something even bigger. You might not even know, because when I started doing banana bread, I didn't even know the 3D artwork existed. I would just, I took a Wilton decorating class and I became the cake lady. But I tell you, honestly, I got so sick of the icing, the Wilton icing, and doing flowers. I told my family, I was like, I'm done. I don't ever want to bake again. I would rather slit my wrist with a butter knife than make another cake, because I hated the icing. It was sickening until I started doing my own thing. And I ran into a lady that baked. She would make cakes. And I asked her, I said, how do you make your icing so good? And she told me what she used. Well, I started tweaking mine. And I came up with a much better icing. So, and I did not do flowers anymore. I just did not do flowers. My bakery, it was amazing because people would not ask me for flowers. They asked me for all this other stuff. But when I started this, my initial thought, again, was to just communicate with animals, because at that point, I did not like people. I hated people. I didn't want to help people. I couldn't have given two craps about a person. I just wanted to help animals. In my process of trying to clear myself and learn how to communicate with animals, the universe opened doors that I didn't even know existed. They showed me modalities that I didn't even know existed. Some of them resonated, some of them did not. In that unfolding, I have grown my business. And it's still growing because I'm not done. There's more to come. It just has not come into my existence yet. So, but I create my own. It's like when you're a contractor or a mechanic. You don't have just one tool. You have a go-to. You might, a hammer or a screwdriver or whatever is your go-to tool. It accomplishes a huge amount of what you need to accomplish, but there's always other things that you add to it to finish the job. And that is basically what I do. I have a go-to, but I have many, many tools in my toolbox to help guide people. So But the thing is, you have to take that first step. Trust the process. Accept what comes as it comes. And then again, let go and let God. Because when you aren't tied to the outcome, when you aren't pigeonholing yourself of it's got to be this way, when you say it's got to be this way, I'm only going to make banana bread, period. I'm not interested in anything else. You limit what the universe has for you. Because you're not open to, oh, well, okay, I'll make this cake for you. Or I'll do this for you. And my cat's snoring if you can hear him. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're a songwriter and you get pigeonholed into, I only want to create this type of music, that might be what the universe uses to get you to take that first step. But you're not everybody else. You are unique, and what you are meant to do is unique. There are no two of you out there. There might be a similar, but there's not. And I thought about, even when I was making my banana bread, I thought, I would have people ask me, how do you make your banana bread? And I would tell them. And a girl I worked with at the time, she made banana bread, but hers was not as good. She didn't think so. I definitely didn't think so. And nobody else in the office thought so. And we compared recipes. It was the same recipe. And we could not figure out why mine was better. When I did my cakes, the little girl I hired, she knew my secret. She knew how I made cakes. She went home one day and made a cake for her family, and she's like, "What do you do?" She said, "Mine tasted like cardboard." Every time she would make my chocolate cake, I even stood and watched her make my chocolate cake because it never came out right. I can't tell you what my secret is. I am divinely, I hear gifted. I don't know. I am just divinely guided to do that. It's like my healing work. I've had people tell me, people have worked with me and they cannot get me past this point, but you did. What did you do? I just did what I was guided to do. Or I've been to all these psychiatrists, preachers, priests, all this kind of stuff. Nobody's been able to help me, but in the short time that I've talked to you, I've learned so much and I feel so much better. I cannot answer why I'm different. I can't tell you what I do that's different other than I just am guided and I follow my guidance. And that's what you're supposed to do. Take the first step. And let people know what you want to do. I told people I want to open a bakery. I want to do banana bread and all this kind of stuff. Well, it just transpired from there. If I had never started baking banana bread, my bakery would have never happened. Because people wouldn't have known that I baked, that my stuff is good. So the girl I worked with at the time would have never asked me to make a birthday cake, which launched my business. It's the same thing here. It's like people hear what I do, or people just talk to me. I mean, I can be anywhere, and it doesn't happen as much anymore. But I remember because I'm not working, when I was working, oh my God, my guards, my supervisors, can't tell you how many times I would go into a business to just visit, and they would just unload whatever was going on with them. And I would help them through it. Not because I tried to do it, but I just did me. But in the process, remember back when I told you I just wanted to communicate with animals and I didn't care about people? In the process of clearing me, in the process of working on me, because I wanted so badly to work with animals. I mean, I had a channeler tell me one time, you're going to help a lot of people. And I said, well, I don't want to help people. I want to help animals. And they're like, well, you'll help some of them too, but your main focus is people. And I left that session. I was so depressed. I was like, and I was angry because I was like, I don't want to help people. The last thing I want to do is help people. Again, don't get pigeonholed. Because if I had stuck to that, the evolution of how I got to the hypnotherapy session where Jesus came in, my guide came in and gave me a gift. He gifted me unconditional love. Because, oh my God, I'm going to cry. I have chills. Before that point, I had a girl working for me, a woman working for me, who had tapped into negative energy. She didn't ask for it. She said, Pam, I don't know what happened. I tried to open my third eye and all hell broke loose. She said, my dog is biting people. There's crazy shit going on in my house. I'm not okay. At that moment, this is before I even knew what I was doing. I told her, I said, put your shit in the car. We're going to go in this hallway and I'm going to help you. Because I knew, instinctively, I knew she had tapped into negative energy. And I knew it needed to go away. Had no clue what I was doing. But because I just did what I was guided to do. And we went in that hallway. It was the most amazing thing. I'm not going to take time to give you the details on it, but it was phenomenal. And I cleared the energy. When I told my hypnotherapist about that, that's when I found out about theta healing. And that is probably that's probably my main go-to tool. However, most theta healers won't deal with the negative energies. That's my calling, is clearing that stuff. So but because I didn't get in my way, because I didn't stand there and go, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. It sucks to be you today. Sucks to be your family. Because I took that step, because I followed my guidance, my intuition, and I helped somebody. Even though at this point I still really didn't want to help people, I just did it because I saw her in need. Jesus came in. It was like, okay, you're ready. And he gifted me unconditional love. When I woke up from that session, I was in tears. I could not get to people fast enough. My sole purpose at that point, literally, I wanted to cover the entire world and just heal everybody and help everybody. It was the most powerful session I had ever had, and it was my last hypnotherapy session. But I didn't need any more, because then I found out how to clear me, how to do this myself. Again, you have to take that first step. Follow your guidance. Follow your intuition. Don't worry about what anybody's going to think. Don't worry about how, oh my God, how am I going to mess this up? What is going to happen? Because I will tell you, when I went into that session, when I took her into the hallway to clear that energy, again, I had no clue what I was doing. Archangel Michael was there to help me. I did not know that. I did not call him in. But he is my guardian angel. I now know that. I did not know that at the time. But because I had no clue what I was doing, he shielded me with his wing. And the reason I know that is because she could see angels. She could see, angels. Because she saw him come into the hallway. She's like, Pam, I don't know who this is, but they're huge and they're white. She said they're huge. And I said, well, is it black or white? And she said, it's white. She said, he's huge. And when he came in here, it was like, you're his. And it's like, you are his best friend. And when I was helping her, she said, his wing is in front of you. It was protecting me because I didn't have a damn clue what I was doing. And it would have been so easy for that negative energy to leave her and then attack me. But because I was there out of love and compassion for her, Michael stepped in and helped me. So when I tell you, trust the process, and that has gotten me to this point. It has helped me grow like I can't even tell you. I had no clue what I was doing when the first woman asked me to do a 3D artwork cake for her son. I was like, I don't have an idea how to do this. But I just started. I just went and bought fondant. I was like, well, it's made out of fondant. I didn't play with a ton of Play-Doh when I was a kid. That wasn't my thing. But I just started working with it and it just poof, unfolded. It was amazing. Get out of your way. Let the fear go. You don't have a calling, you don't have a passion for nothing. You have a passion for a reason. You might not even know how to make this happen. Just take the first step. Show the universe, okay, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to start this endeavor. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. I don't know beans about it. But just start. And the universe will guide you. They will put people in your path I did not know my hypnotherapist knew people that cleared negative energies. It took me clearing that energy and then following through with my next hypnotherapy session for her to tell me about somebody that clears negative energies. And she's like, Pam, we need people like you because I cannot hypnotize people that have negative attachments. It won't work. The attachment gets in the way. So I got certified in theta healing. Little did I know that the person that I was taking the class from is one of the few people that also clears negative energies. So again, the universe will just put people, put classes, put everything in your path. I can't remember why. There was a reason I went to a shopping strip mall the day I found my store. When I was looking to rent office space for my bakery, I had looked everywhere. Nothing was working out. But I just let it go because I knew the right one would come at the right time. And I just ended up at this shopping center, and I cannot remember why. And there was a vacant shop that said for rent. I called the guy, and it just worked. It was perfect. You know, I mean, even that, to do the build out, I needed a wall to be put up. I had done construction with my dad growing up. I was working with one of the deputies, but he couldn't get to me. He did construction on the side. And I'm like, no, I want this done yesterday. You know, the impatient me. I want this done yesterday. He couldn't get it done fast enough for me because he was busy. So I called my dad. I said, this is what I want. This is the measurements. Let me know what I need to go get at the store. He sent me a materials list. I got my truck. I went to Home Depot. I bought everything, and I went that afternoon and built the wall. By myself. And then I had my neighbor, who I didn't even know did drywall. He came in and he was like, oh, I can drywall this for you. When the inspector came to inspect my wall, he's like, who did this wall? And I said, friend of mine. Because I'm like, oh God, what I screw up? He's like, the work on this is amazing. He said, I don't see this type of craftsmanship in a wall. He said, it's usually pretty half-assed. He said, this is amazing. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. I'll let him know. I cannot be, and I know I'm not, the only person that the universe just shines on. You are watching my channel for a reason. The universe wants to shine on you too. Take the chance. Take that step. Take the initiative. Follow your guidance. What is the worst thing that can happen? When you feel pulled to do something, take that step. But again, don't pigeonhole yourself in it's got to be this way. And allow the universe to work through you. So Sorry, had to check the banana bread. Anyway, I could smell it. Oh God, it smells good. Allow the universe to work through you. Follow your passion. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help guide you. If you have a question, ask me. You know, if I don't have the answer, I know where to get them. So have an amazing day. Again, if this helped you at all, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and go be the best you can be. Be happy. You're not meant to be stuck in some freaking job working for some other person where you're miserable and you're just getting by. That's not what we're here for. So I send you love. I send you many blessings, and we will talk soon.